Okay. This is right here. I don't know if I don't think I should use the soundboard. So this one, I was pretty curious. Modern technology has become unusable. It's making our lives harder. By Halo Haley. That's a cute name. Because I share the sentiment and she looks a little bit younger than me. I think it's pretty interesting to have a younger person point of view if it confirms my bias.
Technology is just getting worse as time goes on. It's literally not getting better, and it never will. I hope you guys know that. We already
I mean, already, there used to be so many cool cell phones. I remember I was looking at cell phones on the internet because I wanted to have the coolest cell phone. If you guys are interested, I could actually go over all the different cell phones that I had. I had some pretty cool ones, and everything was just standardized. As soon as we got the all in one entertainment multimedia devices, which is a shame. Everything looks the same, everything is boring, and is worse for sure.
peaked technologically in 2016, so it's just downhill from there.
Uh-oh, it looks like you're cured.
Like, yeah, what the fuck? So it needs to be connected to the internet? What the fuck? Why do you need a touchscreen? What the fuck? These are stupid ideas. Do you think fucking touchscreen is resilient? No. Buttons are it's made to be pressed. Like what the fuck?
Machine is not connected to the internet. Please check your internet connection and try again. You are just moments away from fresh tasting, delicious Keurig coffee. Uh-oh, it looks like you have not emptied your grounds drawer. You do not have enough coffee credits to empty your grounds drawer. Would you like me to charge your credit card to empty your grounds drawer?
That's pretty funny.
You are just seconds away from fresh tasting delicious. Please do not block the camera.
Why does my coffee machine need to be connected to the Wi-Fi? Why does my coffee machine have a camera? I
Yep.
should just be able to purchase a coffee machine, put it on my counter, plug it in, fill it with water, and place a coffee pod inside so that it can automatically pour me a cup in the morning. That recipe
Word.
has worked for humanity for several decades now. So who in their right mind woke up one day and decided, you know what? I actually want to make my life 10,000 times more miserable as soon as I wake up. Like, I actually think I want my life to be more difficult. Who's with me? Because our lives aren't already complicated enough as is, right? Let's just make it impossible for a cup of coffee to be poured for us on top of it, right?
Oh no. No way.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete
Why do these car companies think that the demographic of people who buy these trucks want this pretentious technology to be in it? For example, my dad has a truck of his own, and I can tell you right now, he would absolutely loathe this feature.
A lot of these manufacturers aren't prioritizing the little things anymore. For example, someone in the comments said, but there's literally nothing more satisfying than finishing up a job and slamming the trunk shut knowing you're headed home. And I think that's what is missing in production nowadays. The love. I mean, that's not wrong.
Not only is it incredibly cringe because slamming the door shut with their own two hands worked just fine for men for almost 100 years at this point, but it's also just another way that these car manufacturers can charge you exorbitant
Amounts of prices, and this make it so that these are more points of failures. Now you have a motor inside of it, So what if the motors is not good enough? It, it just stops working after a certain period of time. It's stupid. It's just stupid.
Money to repair a feature on your car that has historically worked with no issues since the conception of cars. It's just another way for them to make money. If you have to rely on a button to open or close the tray of your truck, then it can't be opened or closed manually ever. And how the hell is that useful or convenient to anybody? Nobody, not a single soul on this planet was complaining about this. So why change it? This just gives people even more of a reason than they've ever had before to buy older trucks instead.
Okay, but that's the same thing, you know. Well, okay, she's making the video for it, so she's making the point for it. But you know, computers too. So instead of just having better prices, they just always kept the prices the same and just put more space, put more this and more that. And because of that, you know, the providers, there's no optimization. What if they had to support computers with much lower resources? I mean, it would make it so that everything would work everywhere, but no, they just try to brute force everything.
Okay, these shifters on the new
Oh,
Yukon
that's
Denali's are
gross.
so weird. Though the whole experience is really cool. You get the full display.
And this is my exact problem with the advancements we're making in technology. There are way too many companies experimenting
what?
with way too many different options for the gear shift in their cars. When for decades at this point,
Yeah, because it used to be mechanical and now it's electronic, so it doesn't really matter. You could have any way to interact with it to change it, but that's weird and disorienting.
we've all been conditioned to the one gear shift, the stick in the middle of the console. And now companies want to make them buttons, or they want to make them touchscreen on top of the ceiling, which means they're actually just making this way more complicated for us, while they all try to one-up each other as to who can make or invent the most innovative gear shift. Like,
I mean, there's auto shows, right, where manufacturers present their cars, so you know there's a circle jerk over there.
we are the ones who are suffering because of this innovation race. Because one moment it's a stick, and then it's a knob, and then it's buttons. Every single car is different, which means even if you have your license and you've driven for years, you're still learning how to drive a car because of how confusing they're insisting every single piece of the vehicles nowadays to be. It's fine to try new things, like lighting
wow.
up the
This
mirrors
is
when you want to
weird.
change lanes. But there's a car in your blind spot, so it alerts you. That's fine.
That's
But
great.
it's borderline dangerous to just expect people to ignore the muscle memory that you've implanted into the masses for decades now.
That's not crazy to you?
Yes.
That's not crazy?
It's crazy. Black Friday.
Amazon!
Oh man. All right. If you guys have not seen the hyper reality video, you gotta check it out. It is, if they could, they would. That's, yeah.
Stop!
Yo,
You could
these niggas have trillions of dollars already. They don't stop.
you could press it!
Dude, I get it. Advertising has always been on TV. That isn't a brand new concept.
Are they aware that forcing their advertising down their throats like this will have the opposite effect? I can't even imagine Don Draper from Mad Men greenlighting something as evil as this for advertising. All right, so you are exposed to so much advertisement inside one day. It is absolutely disgusting. And your brain blocks out probably most of it if you know, if you do believe it, because it doesn't matter what you believe in the end, you are influenced by what you consume, and it happens. It happens. I mean, I fall victim to advertisement. It is disgusting. I mean, they've had decades of practice. Um, they've started hiring psychologists and mental health professionals to exploit vulnerabilities, to exploit issues instead of the way our brains works. And this is what we get. This is where we are in the end game, guys.
But here's the difference. Back then, you would see an ad, and if you were interested in the product, you would try to remember to check it out in person the next time you leave the house. And during that time, you can think about whether or not you actually need it. But now, because they're so desperate for your money, they've started putting direct links that you can click immediately on top of the actual ad itself, so that you don't have enough time to second guess the purchase. And if you
Yeah, obviously, if you make it as convenient as possible with the least friction as possible, I mean, there's gonna be people that are going to fall for it.
really truly need it or not before you're already adding it to your cart. Like, that is just diabolical. And it's going to be an absolute disaster when you are with a child and you just want to leave the room for a few minutes to go to the bathroom or get some food. And that child is sat on the couch by themselves and they see an ad for an expensive toy that they like with a link for them to click on and buy it directly from the TV that's in front of them. Does that not sound like a
Damn.
recipe for disaster? And for
Yep.
those of you that are like, oh, but Haley, ads have always been on TV, so who cares? To that I say, well, that mindset has gotten us here. Advertising directly on top of the mirror in the bathroom. So now you can't even get a full look at your reflection to fix your appearance because of a giant T-Mobile commercial playing directly in front of your face. Wow.
Yeah, there always has been ads inside of toilets, especially public toilets like that in a mall or something. But these they become dynamic, and it flashes, it affects your brain 100%.
Don't you just love where modern technology has taken us? We may not have flying cars or hoverboards, but hey, a transparent TV playing commercials in your bathroom mirror is just as good, right?
That's so crazy because she gave the exact examples that I give all the fucking time.
Your bathroom mirror is just as good, right? But hey, a transparent TV us directly in front of your face. Wow, don't you just love where modern technology has taken us? We may not have flying cars or hoverboards, but hey, a transparent
Exactly
TV playing
the
commercials in your
examples.
bathroom mirror is just
Because that's the shit that they sold us. They said that we were going to have flying cars. Where the fuck are they?
as good, right? And don't even get me started on how they're trying to convince the general public that this is innovation by adding yet another touchscreen onto yet another appliance unnecessarily instead of trying to create anything groundbreaking or game-changing. This is just us going in a circle because why is YouTube on the washing machine? This is not impressive. I can already watch.
Well, this is not too crazy either because they probably just use the leftovers of like old cell phones and whatnot instead of it going directly to waste. They probably save costs reusing that, just adding I don't know, 6-7 inch panel and call it a day. So
YouTube on a phone, an iPad, a TV, a gaming console, and a computer. That is enough. Why do I need a way to be on a screen while I'm just trying to wash and dry my clothes? I'm not gonna be in there
Oh, that would be so crazy. Is it an app that controls the washer? That's so crazy. It's not as if a cell phone has had any hang up ever, right? What the fuck?
for 25 minutes, dude. So what's the point? Because you can't actually expect people to sit down in their goddamn laundry to watch their favorite YouTuber, now can you? This is not innovation. Placing an already existing screen on an already existing product and merging the two together just to repackage it as the future is the most lazy route that brands could have possibly
100%.
taken. Nobody is desperate to buy this. We are actually happy to keep our screens and our appliances separated, believe it or not. So who the hell are they making?
Just know if you got something that does two things, it's gonna be bad at both things. You know, refrigerator, toaster doesn't work.
This for? It's pissing me off that that's what they think that we want. Then somebody on TikTok uploaded this video that said, these are two perfectly working iPads rendered e-waste because they're locked to an Apple ID account that no longer exists. Meaning that because they can't log in to the Apple ID account, they will never ever be able to access any of the important
I mean, this is another point where it's for security. They do that to. I mean, phone theft have dropped massively when this came into play. People used to be scared to show their phone like in the bus because the people would just steal them. There was lots of theft. So this was a good thing. But you should be able to just contact Apple and have them fix the this. I mean, e-waste is no joke. We waste what's it called? Whatever. Rare minerals. There you go. And precious metals to for electronics. So this is a real shame. This and the decommission of like old cell phone towers, they force us to change phones too because they don't support like cellular networks, older cellular networks. So you get we must have like landfills of e-waste. It's gross.
data they may have stored on these iPads ever again. And that is sickening to me that an account is what is standing in the way of accessing this iPad. And it was just as nauseating to everyone else in the comments as people were saying, I work at a school. We have about 25 iPads that just sit in a closet because they're linked to old staff members.
This is poor mobile device management. Then again, the IT team here should be able to contact Apple and provide the serial numbers, proof of purchase, and just have this fixed.
Honestly, Apple needs to be sued for how much tech waste they create with their artificial obsolescence and security
But it's not just them, all the companies do that.
like this. I cannot stand.
And actually, I mean, if you take in consideration the hardware support for operating systems, so the latest version of the operating system that runs on the oldest hardware possible, Apple is much better than the other Android manufacturer. But I mean, it is separate. E-waste is bad.
That everything needs an account nowadays. I understand security like this would be necessary if somebody was trying to access their
Someone in the comment section said even an employee at Apple told me the security that Apple has is more harming than it is helpful, and that sometimes it does things even actual Apple employees can do nothing about. I mean, doesn't mean that it's more harmful, híjole, harmful than helpful. And that about sums up the state of our world right now, selling people a ticking time bomb under the guise of security that was obsolete the moment you opened the box. I'm not sure what the time bomb aspect is.
iCloud account. But that isn't what people are trying to do. They don't care about logging into their iCloud account. They're just trying to look at any of the old pictures or videos or notes or outdated versions of apps that have been left untouched on their device for almost 10 years. That's what people want to do. And people should be able to do that without needing to log into their Apple ID account. The only thing that people should need to do to access their old iPads or their old iPhones that they haven't used in a very long time is to just remember the passcode they had on that piece of technology. Sure, they'll struggle a little bit to remember what numbers they used, but it's possible to remember a set of numbers, especially when it's only 4. And after
I mean, this is a security issue. If you got encryption, you shouldn't be able to have as many tries you want to unencrypt a device. I understand the feeling here, but this has no basis in logic here from a security standpoint.
sitting for a while and thinking hard about it, you'll eventually get it. And if you don't
There should be a bigger disclaimer and people shouldn't feel like they're forced to connect their Apple ID account. But I mean, it goes with the rest, right? So you needed to download apps and you needed to interact with these services. I don't know. I don't know. This is just normal behavior.
remember it, then at least you had a chance. But if your old Apple ID account doesn't exist anymore, then you
I mean, I said it before. I had a BlackBerry playbook and it wiped itself in my face because I only had 10 tries. That was secure. Nobody's going to be able to access whatever. It just wiped itself. So at least if it was leaked, somebody stole it, nobody would have been able to take any information that I had in it. So, I mean, that's reassuring.
are genuinely done for because it will never, ever, ever log out of that account, even though it recognizes that it doesn't exist anymore. And then it's possibly years of your life that was documented on that technology just gone like that, like it never even existed in the first place. All just because Apple purposefully designed it that way so that you're always forced to upgrade your devices every single year because you're always being locked out of them. And this is the future.
I see the angle. The locked out part. I'm sorry, that's not the right argument to make here. There is planned obsolescence, but being locked out of your device, come on, man. It's as if you were saying that you can't expect people to remember their password to their email account. I mean, you want to get inside, you need your email and your password. It kind of goes together.
That everyone was so excited for, people. If only we knew then what we know now.
Yo, iPhone, count your days. This is like the 10th time. It's not on silent, y'all. It's on full loud. It's just sitting here quiet, never made a noise.
Yeah, because you have to manage like the ringer sound as well. If you're on the home screen and you adjust the volume, you're gonna see in the top ringer, and it doesn't matter if you're not on silent. If the volume is turned on, but you get the ringer all the way down, that's as loud as it's gonna be. I mean, there's so much about these devices that, most people, I think they just don't really know about or don't really care to understand how it works. But I mean, she makes a great points overall.
Apple.
I missed a very important appointment a few weeks ago because none of the 4 alarms I set went off. My phone was not on silent or do not disturb either. You know what's insane? We spend thousands of dollars on these brand new iPhones just for the alarms on these $1,000 phones to not even work. How the is that not a scam? If you want me to buy your brand new phone every single year, then give me a reason to. That being the...
No. I'm sorry. Don't buy a new cell phone every year. That's stupid. By any way you look at it, it's just stupid.
absolute bare minimum, which is literally just to have my phone work when I want it to. God, is that too much to ask for?
I just want y'all to hear this.
That person is blind as a bat. How the fuck do you get these so big? But then again, I would be very curious for her to unlock the phone, be on the home screen, and press the up volume.
Do you hear anything? If I wasn't awake, Apple.
I mean, okay, so this is the type of shit I had to deal with. People that just don't understand how stuff works, and they get so freaking mad, and you need to know the answer right away, because otherwise, look at the frustration here. So much frustration. Just unlock the phone, be on the home screen, press the volume up, all the way up, where it says ringer. You're going to see, you're going to be happy. Everything's going to sound so aggressive.
I was literally late for work and then terminated for this. We need a class action lawsuit over this. You guys don't even know just how many comments under hundreds of these exact same videos where people had complained that they were either late for work and given a warning because of these pathetic alarms, or they were just straight up fired entirely for being late because they can't rely on their $1,000 phone to work an alarm. Because these alarms that are supposed to be trustworthy and reliable are just simply showing the graphic on screen, but completely muting any audio completely that actually wakes us up, which is genuinely starting to negatively impact people's lives permanently. And it's disgusting.
I knew I wasn't crazy. No one believed me.
There's a setting that makes it to where if your iPhone thinks you're looking at it, then the alarm won't go off. For some reason, it just thinks that whatever dark corner of your room that it's looking at is your face and won't make any noise. You could turn it off in Face ID settings in attention aware features. Are you kidding me?
I mean, Face ID knows if your eyes are open or closed. I wasn't able to unlock people's faces with the mask on. This here's I'm a little doubtful about it.
It's detecting whether or not it wants to actually set my alarm off based on if it thinks it's looking at my face. Jesus Christ, not only is that some of the most horrific information to learn, but do you guys remember when you could buy an analog alarm clock, plug it in, set the timer, and then it would just go off at the time you asked it to under any circumstances? Do you remember when you guys
Unless you
could buy
don't have
something
batteries
and it would
inside. Like, okay, you see there's a cable here, so there's two options. There's three options. You can run it with just the cable, no batteries. You can run it with the batteries, no cable. We can run it with both the cable and the batteries. So if you run the cable with the batteries, you're pretty sure that it's never gonna be off. If you run just the cable, it might turn off if you have electricity shortage, or you can run low on the batteries and you still have the same issue, right? If you forget that you lowered the volume, you're gonna have the same issue.
Work the way it was intended to work, not picking and choosing based on a hidden setting that they don't even tell you about when you buy the product and you have to discover for yourself. Yeah, those were good times. I miss that. Then in this TikTok, someone says they rightfully don't want the future anymore because when they were walking down a grocery store aisle looking for something to drink, they opened a fridge door that was supposed to have Gatorade inside. But when they opened it, there wasn't anything behind the door. So they have no idea what door they're supposed to open to buy a bottle of Gatorade. Who is this for? What was this for? What was the point? You know that game on one of the Mario Party games on the Switch where there's a bunch of doors with an object behind one door and the rest of the doors are empty? Yeah, I shouldn't be playing that game when I go into a grocery store. I don't want to be playing peekaboo or hide and seek when I'm in a gas station trying to get a drink. I don't want to be guessing what's behind one of these refrigerated doors. Like it's a mystery novel or a horror movie and I'm about to be jump scared. I don't want to be opening every single door in the aisle just to look for one specific drink because I can't trust what I'm seeing on the door to be accurate. When they could have just left the doors alone and continued to let them be see-through glass doors like they had been for 100 years.
It's to hide the shame. Look at how gross this looks.
And never failed anybody before. Is it not good enough to just look through some glass? Why do we need to screenify everything?
Open my glove box.
Sorry, I can't open the glove box. That's something you'll need to do manually. Anything specific you're looking for in there?
I'm trying to put something in there and the button won't work.
It's because they want to
Oh,
subscriptionify
bless.
everything that we own. That's literally it. Buying their product in full is just not enough for them anymore. They need to keep squeezing every single little last penny that we have for the rest of our lives. Because the new Toyota cars being released this year are all subscription based. You have to pay to start the car remotely. You have to pay to connect music
Air conditioning, seat warmers, fog lights.
to your car. You have to pay to use the GPS in your car. All basic functions that were always free. Why do you think sat-nav cars were so expensive to begin with when they came out? Because it came with the sat-nav. Yeah? And you want to tell me that our future looks bright? It's never looked darker to me.
Alexa, play the Happy Birthday song.
Play a specific song with an Amazon Music Unlimited free trial on this Echo. It's free for 30 days and then £5.99 a month until you cancel. Terms in the Alexa app. Should I start your free trial and play Happy Birthday?
Yes, please.
No.
Oh, no.
We
Your
don't.
bank needs additional verification for your payment.
Oh, no.
I started your
Cancel.
Amazon Music Unlimited free trial on this Echo.
No,
However,
thank you.
to avoid your subscription ending early, please complete the verification within 3 days. I will send you an email with instructions.
No,
Happy
thank you.
birthday.
Alexa,
Click now
cancel.
on Amazon Music.
Alexa,
Oh
council.
my god.
Alexa.
Council.
Is that video not the most depressing thing that you've ever seen in your life? It was difficult for me to watch it. This old couple just wants Alexa to sing Happy Birthday, which is under a minute, mind you, but she refuses to do it because they need to buy a fucking subscription for a couple of fucking seconds of Happy Birthday. What did I even buy the Alexa Alexa for then if it doesn't work without a subscription? Then, when they say they want
I
the
mean,
subscription,
whose fault is it? Is it their fault to not know? I don't know. That's weird. It's just weird.
it needs additional verification somehow just to make his birthday that much more goddamn difficult. Oh my god, the greed from Amazon just sickens me to my core. It makes me want to throw up. Just have it sing happy birthday. It's not that hard. They act like they're gonna lose $1 billion because Alexa sings happy birthday for a couple of seconds. I have cerebral palsy. I use a mobility scooter to help me get around, and this AI delivery robot kept blocking me.
No
Accessibility is important. It even at one point fully cut me off. And you want to try to convince me
Bro,
that
we get a
this
pellet
technology
gun
is
and just
advancing
drop
us as a
that shit on the
species when it's
floor.
making people with disabilities' lives a living hell by making it impossible for them to simply drive their mobility scooter down the street when they were there before the AI. You know, this wouldn't be an issue for the disabled if companies just continued to hire actual real human beings to deliver food in.
It's not possible. You can't have the economy keep going up if you have to pay for it. I mean, it's already super expensive as it is. Wouldn't it make it more expensive if it was with the people?
Instead, because a human will try everything in their power to not block a disabled person with their vehicle or with their bike or even with their own body. And a human most definitely won't recognize that a disabled person is behind them and then will intentionally try to cut them off again after
That would be
recognizing that they're
bold.
there. Not only would disabled people benefit from this, but real
Oh, hello,
human beings would
Ahara.
also not be missing out on a job to a robot and would be able to make money for themselves. And you want to know how I know this
Yeah, but it would
technology is
just
doing more
raise the
harm to our
prices so
intelligence
much.
than it is good? Because students of today are crashing out on AI for giving them the wrong answers to their work and are demanding that AI give them the right answer they're looking for so they don't fail their test. If you know that the answer that
Is this how much we're prioritizing convenience over effort nowadays? This technology is dumbing us down so bad that to the point that where we know the answer, but we'd rather use AI to feed us the answer regardless of how wrong it is anyways, because we can't be bothered to use our own brains anymore. There's studies already that people that use AI for cognitive tasks reduce their cognitive workload, and it just makes them more stupid.
the AI is giving to you is wrong, then why are you not doing the work yourself? If the AI isn't providing you with the correct answer and you know that the answer isn't correct, then clearly you know the answer. So why are you even still continuing to use the AI with the full knowledge that it's not helping you?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Like, you want to tell me that this convenient technology is improving our lives so much to the point where we will be listening to an audiobook and will start to wish for captions, as if that isn't just literally circling back to simply reading a book. This isn't advancement. This is blatantly dumbing us down in real time. If you couldn't tell, this video is making me angry to record because we've come so far that we've looped right back to where we started, which has just proved that all of this technology that's being released to make our lives better or easier or more convenient has simply just made us yearn for the way that we used to live our lives before all of this.
Oh,
So
yeah.
all of this technology that's being released now either goes unpurchased and therefore wasted.
I fucked up the stream. Oh man, she made a great video. Yeah, I don't have any more memory here. So, how will we find jobs in the IT field in this world? It's gonna be pretty fucked up, honestly. So, the big issue here is that the entry level jobs are gonna disappear. you're gonna get only like experienced people maybe that are gonna be able to work with these tools, and because they're gonna be able to produce more output, there's gonna be less need for entry level job, and so the next generation, quote unquote, of jobs, there won't be the natural transition that there used to be. And so I don't know where you are in your career in IT, if you're already working there or you're going to be working there in the future, but man, good luck. Honestly, the best that you can do is just try to be the best. If you're good enough, you know, you can distinguish yourself from other employees. And I mean, that's, I don't know how you're gonna keep jobs or. Yeah, let's give a thumbs up. I'm gonna subscribe to her. This is a great video.